All right, we're here today to change the brakes and rotors on a 2018 Toyota Camry LE. So let's get to it. First step you want to do is take these lug nuts off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Get your 4-way corner. You want to find the one that fits, not to be loose. The one that fits, because you don't want to strip it. That's kind of tight. All right, so what we want to do, we want to break these lugs first. Break these lugs first. All right. Oh, I gotta put it back on. All right, now that we got them loose, now you can take your jack. Jack I got, it's an old jack I done had. Lift your car up now. Jack the car up so we can get this tire off. Well, another thing, before you start, you want to make sure that your emergency parking brakes are on, so it won't roll on you while you're jacking the car up. Won't that happen? Which I need to check and make sure that I do it. Which I didn't, so I need to put them on. Right. Safety always first. You don't want the car to roll on you. Or you want to get no one hurt. So now, turn the jack. Alright. Now we got it on the ground. I'm gonna finish taking the lugs off. And another thing, make sure your jack always up so you won't fall over, trip over anything, hurt yourself. Like I said, always safety first. So you want to take these lug nuts off. Take the lug nuts off first. These brakes, all that brake dust around now. Yeah, brakes pretty bad. Like I said, the car had a little shaking problem, and when you hit the brakes, apply the brakes. So we'll be replacing the rotors and the brakes too. All right, so you want to take your tire off. Once you get your tire off, you want to lay your tire flat down and scoot it under the car. So if the jack was to go out, it won't fall on the ground, it will fall on your tire and not on you. Like I say, always safety first when you're doing these jobs. Another thing, take your nuts and put them all together in one spot so you won't get missing. Keep up with your stuff. All right, let's get to it. All right, we'll be going with the, that's my little crate bucket I use. We'll be going with a 9/16 to take this brake line loose first. This gotta come loose. All right, take your bolt off. You want to sit it right here so you won't lose it. That's what I do, so I won't lose the bolts, because who wants to lose a bolt while you working? All right, got that loose. Then you want to take the 9/16 up here at the top. Just tap it, that's to brake a little bit, and go back that way with it. We want to do the same thing. Put it uphill so we won't lose it. All right. Now that we got that loose, this thing right here is gonna slide that way. What we might have to do, but tight. There we go. All right, so that slides down. All right. Sorry, the old brakes come off. They wear down. Look pretty bad. Same thing with this side. Wear it down. See the brake dust everywhere. Old brakes. All right. Next thing we want to do is you want to take an old brake pad, put it right there. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. If you got a C-clamp, you use your C-clamp. Put your C-clamp in. Make sure you use the old brake shoe, not the new one. Because you want to turn that, push that piston back in that caliper so you put your new brakes on. You can get it going. Alright. So once you get your C-clamp on, you can turn the C-clamp in. Sometimes, as you're seeing, the piston is going back into the caliper. Just want to take your time and turn it slow so you can push that piston in. Alright. As you can see, I got the piston back in. Got a little cover, ring cover that goes around here. We call it a boot gasket. I'm gonna take that, take a little nub on it, not a lot. Just a little bit, because you don't want to break it. Alright, as you can see, we got it, the bottom come out. Alright, now we got it out. Alright, that's good. Alright, next step is going to be, we are using 1116 to take these bolts back here. If you want to see it closest, the bolts back there. It's this bolt right here that we need to take off to take this whole brake caliper off, so we can take the road off too. So let's get to it. Alright, like I said, you just want to nub it while you can break it a little bit. What I'm going to do is go back the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way is you can take another wrench yourself and put it onto it, which I don't advise somebody doing this old-fashioned way. You got to be careful with it. You take a little nudge with it to break it. This is what I'm using, but it's called the old-fashioned way to break it. And have you seen this loosen up? So I'm loosening this bolt up now. Pretty sure you can do it faster with a ratchet, but I'm to where I have a ratchet, but I don't have a socket that size because I'm not around my tools. All my tools to get it, which is so high, and I don't feel like going to get them, so I just use what I had here around the house. Might take a little longer, but that's okay. I can get it done. Once we get it done the right way, that's all that matters. All right, as you can see, I got it off. And what I want to do, I want to put it with the rest of the boats right here so we don't lose it. Always put all your boats together so you won't lose them. So like I said, you don't want to lose the boats. Like I say, I'm going the old-fashioned way. Another thing would be the smartest way to do is turn the wheel all the way this way to me. What you thinking? What's the smartest way to do it? And you get all access to it. What you gonna do? You wanna crank the carb and turn the wheel all the way to the left. All right, I'm back to it. As we can see, there's more room I got. Once you get in and cut the wheel back towards this way, I can get a better leverage on it. All right, now we got better leverage to it. All right, that was way better. Way better. All right, that boat come off. Like we said, we want to put it with the rest of the boats so we don't lose it. Just sit up there. All right, once you get this off, you're gonna want to sit it up here so you don't mess this brake line up or break it. Gently set it up there. It's easy set up there. All right, next thing you want to do, you need a hammer or rubber hammer so you can get this rolled off, because it's most time people use WD-40 to spray on there, which I don't have, but with me I have it, but I don't have it here with me at the process we're doing this. All right, so what you want to do, you want to take your hammer, you want to tap it at the bottom, top, side, so you can break this road off, because it's most time when you get them up the rotor seats, you want to hit it there, you want to hit it here, you want to hit it at the top, and you want to hit this side. See how that break off? That's how you get your road off. All right. Now we finna get the new rotor off the truck. And we bought these rotors from the Napa, which I love Napa Advance because they are good place to buy your product from. So here we go. Alright, so this is our new rotor. Comes from Napa. So we'll be putting it on. Like I said, got everything right. Okay, so what you want to do is put to line it back up. You want to get one of your bolts, put in there, get it lined back up. I always put some up on it so that rotor won't go back on you. Okay, now what you want to do, you want a hand twist it on. Like I said, you always make sure that everything's fit hand twisted so you won't script nothing. Alright, you can let that back down. Now I'm going back with this one at the bottom. Get that one started, hand start that one. Like I said, you always want to twist it with your hand a couple times. At least enough to get it started, so you won't script no bolt. Or if it's free enough, you can twist it all the way with your hand until it's time to tighten it. That'll work. But you don't want to script no bolts. It's a bad combination. Alright, let's get that on. Okay, now you can tighten your bolts back up. Let's say you just want to get a good snug on it. Tighten the bottom one up. Get a good snug. Tight enough where it won't come off. Like I said, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I advise you don't use the method I'm using, but this is how you do it. Put your rotors and your brakes on, but because you don't want to wrench or slip off, hit you, hurt you. So I've been doing it for a minute, so I know how to do it the old-fashioned way. All right, so now we got that snug tight. So what we want to do now is change the brakes now. Alright, I'm gonna hold the camera and let my daughter go get the other brakes in that box over there. What's the new brakes? Like I said, we changing our rotors and the brakes on a 2018 Toyota Camry. All right, I have the new brakes here that we got from Advance. It's CarQuest brakes. It's pretty good brakes. I stand behind CarQuest. I love CarQuest. They have good products. All right, so now I'm finna get to it to finish this up. Okay, we got the standard brakes, so there no clips come with them. So we have to take the clips off the old brakes and put on the new brakes. All right, what you want to do is a little clip part. You want to put the little clip part in and push down on it. All right, make sure they go to the top. These standard brakes, they okay brakes, but I don't advise people to buy them. I'd rather people buy the premium brakes. They last longer, but we're going with the standards this time, just for now. But eventually we're gonna upgrade to the premium brakes. That's something that we use at the moment, so we can stop the shaking and all that other stuff we had going on with this car. What you gonna do is take a little clip, push down on it. All right, there we go. Got that one there. All right. Like I said, we use the standard brakes. Next time we go to the premium, we just got this for the meanwhile. Like I said, you gotta take a little clip off them because standard brakes don't come with the hardware kit, so we had to use the hardware kits off the old brakes. But like I said, which I advise people to buy new brakes, the premium brakes, I mean, because they will last longer. They have a better brake, and you won't have as much brake dust on your brakes. So now we're installing brake number 2. Got that in there. All right. Like I said, I advise everybody to go with the premium brakes. To take to it, I might have to push this in a little far. I thought it was in pretty good, but it seems like it's not. It's okay. See, we'll go back to sleep. Like I said, you want to make sure your stuff right. Don't want to turn anything up. Alright. Alright, so there we go. Thing we use is the old school. It's a C-clamp to push that brake piston back in. Alright. So let's see how this works this time. Like I said, you're gonna pull the rubber out. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so that went a whole lot better. Alright, what we're gonna do, since I had to replace the other one too, we're gonna take this one out too. Since I replaced the other one. It's called a pin. Alright, so here's the new one I went to fence to get for the other one, because the other one has script. So if I put a new one on that one, might well put a new one on this side too. Best thing to do, like I said, I always go back with a new. $14, something to save you time and hopefully money. Get that. It'll save you. All right, so you screw that on. Like I say, got that going. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up. Like I said, I'm using a 9/16. Just want to put a nice snug on it. All right, that's good enough. Don't want to over tighten or mess nothing up. Also, all your trash, put in your old boxes. Once you finish working, you don't have trash over and put your tubes up as you go on. You know you don't need to use no more. Keep it so it will stay in place. So now we're going to go back with this. Like I say, it's a 9/16. So you always want to hand tighten your stuff to make sure. Make sure you don't script anything. There's your 9/16. All right, we're gonna tighten this up. Let's see, this one's snug and tight enough. All right, that's good. All right, so we got all that on. We got the rotor on. We got the brakes back on. Now what we want to do, we want to get back in the car so we can turn the wheel back, right? Like I said, you work on the car, make sure you keep your keys on the outside of the car, because you don't want to make a foolish mistake and lock the keys in the car, getting back and forth and out of the car. All right, so now we want to look and make sure our wheels straight, which is not straight. Right, as you can see, we got the wheel back. So now we can turn the car off. Like I said, always take the keys out the car when you're working on it, because you get in and out, you might hit the unlock button, the lock button, and lock the keys in the car. So you want to set them in a safe place. Yeah, you can keep up with your keys, and always watch your workspace and keep your workspace good. All right, so now we're gonna put this tie back on that we removed. All right, use my little stool bucket to sit back on. All right, going back, you want to line these up with these wheel patterns. I'm going back. You want to line them up and slide on them. See how easy that was? My person, I always put my foot at the bottom so you keep the tie level. So when you wanna keep them level, when I think second. Have to push this. Alright, make sure things all the way up. So your tie can go on smooth. I'm supposed to, like I said, use the bottom of your foot. But I use a perfect sound bounce. Stay on the screw. Alright, like I said, you wanna hand twist all your lug nuts on so you don't screw it. Like I said, you don't want to go back to the parts store spending more money or have to stop what you're doing just because of a careless mistake. I'm gonna hand tighten them up. Alright, like I said, then you want to get your four-way corner. I love four-way corners because you never know what size it might be. And you want to make sure it fit tight. That don't fit tight, it's loose. Alright, so that's the right one. You want to take your four-way, get it tight. You don't want to tighten one too tight yet. You want to go and get up and down way so one side is not too tight and the other one's not tight enough. You don't want to tighten them all up. Let's see. Just want to tighten this enough. Oh, you got them tight enough. You just want to snug it just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Alright. Alright, you want to come to your jack and let your jack down slowly on the ground. Alright. Once you get your jack down, get your jack out your way. So that won't be in your way. Like I said, put your old parts in your box so you have that out of the way. Alright. And you want to take your four-way corner, as I have here in my hands, four-way corner, one that fits it. Then you want to give them a little snug after you set it back on the ground. But some people use air guns, which I have one, but like I said, I don't have it here with me, so we're just using what we got. You want to snug them pretty tight so it won't run off or tie them come off. Alright, so that is it. That is putting the rotors and the brakes on a 2018 Toyota Camry LE. And our job is done here, so we about to head to the car wash and spray this brake dust off and see how this ride since we put the new product on. Like and subscribe for more videos on YouTube.